Hi, this is Tony Lin. Welcome to my channel. A couple days ago, FDA announced to limit the use of the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine. According to the FDA, they found one of the safety issues from this Johnson & Johnson vaccine. In this video, I'm going to explain you exactly what kind of a safety issue they found in this Johnson & Johnson vaccine. And also later, we're going to examine whether FDA used the same safety standard, not just to the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, but to all two other vaccines, including Pfizer vaccine. And I'm going to show you the study from Israel and also another official Pfizer document that FDA initially wants to hide from you for 75 years. I'm going to prove to you that FDA didn't apply the same safety standard for all the vaccine. And again, as usual, before I say something to make YouTube mad, let's make YouTube happy again. According to the CDC and FDA, COVID-19 vaccines are extremely safe and effective, and the side effects from these vaccines are extremely rare, if not zero. Now YouTube is happy again and I can continue my video without censorship. Here is the official FDA website, and this is the FDA News Release. I'll include the link for you in case you want to read it. So here it says Coronavirus Update. FDA limit use of Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine to certain individuals. The reason they want to limit the use of this vaccine is because they found one of the safety issues, and this is the issue they found. After conducting an updated analysis, evaluation, and investigation of reported cases, the FDA has determined that the risk of thrombosis with thrombocytopenia. So thrombosis is blood clot, and the thrombocytopenia is low in blood platelet, and this also called TTS. And if you scroll down, here is the FDA finding about this TTS. The FDA has determined that the reporting rate of the TTS is 3.23 per million doses of the vaccine administered. And the reporting rate of the TTS deaths is 0.48 per million doses of the vaccine administered. So if you do the math, the TTS fatality rate is 0.48 divided by the 3.23. That would be around 15%. Keep these numbers in mind, and I'll refer it back later. So we're going to check whether FDA used the same standard for the Pfizer vaccine as well. So now let me share you this Israel study about the myocarditis after Pfizer vaccination. Again, I'll include the link for you. This is from the New England Journal of Medicine. So title of the study is Myocarditis after Pfizer vaccination in Israeli adolescents. Using the active nationwide surveillance system administered by the Israel Ministry of Health, we previously found a higher incidence of myocarditis amongst persons 16 years of age or older who had received the Pfizer vaccine than among the historical controls and unvaccinated persons. Here, we report the incidence of the hospitalization for myocarditis between the June 2 to October 20, 2021. Among adolescents in this age group within 21 days after receipt of the first vaccine dose and within 30 days after receipt of the second dose. So here is the result they found. The risk estimate of myocarditis among the male recipients in the 21 days after the first and the second doses were 0.56 cases per 100,000. after the first dose. However, after 8.09 cases per 100,000 after the second dose. So that will be 80 cases per 1 million dose. So previously I shared you the data from the FDA official website. They found that after taking the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, the reporting rate of TTS is 3.23 cases per million doses. So comparing to the Israeli study, it was 8.09 cases per 100,000 after the second dose of the Pfizer vaccine. That means 80 cases per 1 million doses after the second dose of the Pfizer vaccine in male adolescent in Israel. So apparently the risk of the myocarditis from the Pfizer vaccine second dose is much higher than the risk of the TTS from the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. It was 80 to 3.23. Why FDA limit the use of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine and the FDA didn't do anything about the Pfizer vaccine? Maybe the myocarditis is less severe than the TTS. Let me share you more information from the Myocarditis Foundation website. Sudden death syndrome refers to an umbrella of cardiac conditions such as myocarditis that can lead to sudden cardiac arrest and even death. So according to this, myocarditis is also a very serious condition. Now let me do a quick summary for you. In the beginning of this video, I show you according to the FDA, they limit the use of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine because of the TTS. And also from the Israeli study, we know that myocarditis happen much more frequently in the male adolescent compared to the TTS. And also we learned from the Myocarditis Foundation that myocarditis is a serious medical condition and people could actually go to heaven because of that. Now I'm going to show you this original Pfizer document that FDA initially wants to hide from you for 75 years. And according to this document, myocarditis is just one of many things we need to worry about. So now let me share you this original Pfizer document from the FDA. And I'll include the link for you in case you want to see how many adverse events from these Pfizer documents. Here is the title of this document, a cumulative analysis of the post-authorization adverse event report for Pfizer vaccine, received through February 28, 2021. So page 16 is AESI Adverse Events of Special Interest Evaluation for Pfizer. So from the page 16, and if you keep scrolling down on this table 7, they listed all the adverse events from these how many people? 42,086 patients during this time period. So from this table 7, if you keep scrolling down, you cannot keep scoring and scoring and scoring until page 25. So total 9 pages of all kinds of adverse events. And they were categorized in many different categories. For example, this is cardiovascular adverse event of a special interest. And you can see exactly how many number of the cases are 40,003. And also you can see all kinds of the adverse event from here. For example, tachycardia, 1,098 people. Arrhythmia, 102. And the myocardial infarction, this 89. So myocardial infarction is heart attack. So this is definitely very serious adverse event. And cardiac failure, of course, this is also another serious adverse event, 80 people. So this goes on and on and on and on for 9 pages. So myocarditis is listed in the category of the immune-mediated and autoimmune adverse event of special interest. So you can see it is listed here. Here you can see myocarditis 25. So in the beginning of this video, I already explained to you that FDA, they limit the use of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine just because of these TTS. And also from the Israeli study, myocarditis happen more frequently than the TTS. And now, according to this Pfizer document, myocarditis is just the tip of the iceberg. So if you go through these 9 pages in table number 7, you could find a lot of events. They are more serious and more frequent than myocarditis. And previously, I already showed you the heart attack and the cardiac failure. They are more frequent and they are also very serious of the event, if not more serious than the myocarditis. And now let me just show you more example on this table number 7. For example, another category of the adverse event is called facial paralysis. So, and here it says reported relevant events are facial paralysis 401. And the relevant event onset latency range from 24 hours to 46 days. And the median is 2 days. This means 50% of these events happen within 2 days after you drink the Kool-Aid. I don't know how often people experience facial paralysis, but if that happened 2 days after drinking the Kool-Aid, of course, these are highly relevant. And in case you're not familiar with the facial paralysis, although generally facial paralysis is not deadly, however, let me show you what I found for facial paralysis. Look at how Susan got her smile back, a journey overcoming facial paralysis. As you can see, facial paralysis, although not deadly, but it could definitely make the patient to suffer even more. And if you go to the page number 6 on this Pfizer document, cumulatively through February 28, 2021, there was a total 42,086 cases report, 25,000 medically confirmed and 16,000 non-medically confirmed. And how many events these cases include? So each case represents one patient, and you can see contain 158,000 events. So average one person will have 4 events. So for example, patient could suffer some deadly disease like heart attack and myocarditis, and also together with this facial paralysis. If someone unluckily suffer these rare side effects, imagine their lives will be turned upside down. Additionally, they could face a lot of medical expense and can never be compensated from the pharmaceutical company or any other organizations. And also, I don't have so many hours to go through these 9 pages of the event. If you want to see this event yourself, I include the link for you so you can see if any of your friends or family members suffer from one of these events. Hopefully, this could help them to identify whether they could suffer any potential injury from this experimental Kool-Aid. And again, according to the CDC and FDA, these COVID-19 vaccines are extremely safe and effective, and the side effects from these vaccines are extremely rare. So my question to the FDA is, if FDA limits the use of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine because of these TTS safety issue, why didn't they also use the same safety standard to the Pfizer vaccine? And FDA actually has the copy of this document, and initially FDA wants to hide this document from us for 75 years. Why didn't FDA uses the same safety standard for the Pfizer vaccine? This is my question to the FDA. In order to push the FDA to answer this question, we need to share this document with more and more people. It is especially difficult to share the truth under the censorship. As always, I have to rely on you. Please hit the like button and share this video with more and more people as well. Thank you for watching today's video. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye!